Hey, what's going on, guys? Laz here as always, and welcome to Slay the Princess. Now, I had a couple of technical issues trying to get this whole thing started, and we finally got it going, but I don't know anything about this game. My friend Pinks recommended it to me, saying that it was a really, really good game. It can be quite graphic and violent, but the story itself is really good. So, because it was recommended to me by a close friend, I figured why not give it a shot. So, let me just turn that up real quick. Here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and hop right on in to Slay the Princess. So apparently this is a story where you have to, like, there are multiple different endings and you're trying to make your way through and kill the princess? But I'm a contrarian by nature, so we're gonna do everything in our power to not kill the princess. So let's go ahead and hop right on in. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I didn't realize there was gonna be like full voice acting in this. It's actually pretty cool. Like, is everything voice acted or is it just the narrator?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It's just a little loud. Ooh, dialogue options. Holy shit, a lot of dialogue. The end of the world, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Well, I don't know if no more people is necessarily a bad thing. I mean, people kind of suck, but yeah, how can a princess locked away in the basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
No, I'm not just gonna... Hold on. There we go. Got my water filling up. I'm not just gonna sit there and kill some lady because you told me to. Like, yeah, where's your evidence?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
Because my friend Pinks told me to be here.
You might as well reach the end of your journey.
Yeah, I'm only here because my friend Pinks told me to be here. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? That's a good question.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Well,
unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, so, like, causality is kind of important because like, you know, there's always a reason for something happening. That's the law of causality. There is a cause that has an effect. Every effect has a cause. So, is there a reason she's gonna destroy the world? And if so, could you explain it to me? Because if it's explained to me, I might just say, you know, fuck you, and I'll just join the princess and destroying the world. Man, fuck it, I don't know. You don't know me. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yes.
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Damn, that's rude. Like, very rude. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily true. I mean, nobility and royalty, depending on what their style of ruling is, can actually be very beneficial to society and make it advance much further than it would be if it were like a dictatorship. Especially in terms of like education and stuff like that. I mean, I don't want to get into it.
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit, this guy is not really giving me any sort of... Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Probably should have done this before I started recording, huh? It's all good, though. Oh, man, that's so good. But, okay, so... hold on, let me read what he said again. Whatever, I'm not gonna get into it. Forget I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
You paid money for this game. If you consider that maybe I'm okay with the world ending, yeah.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Are you sure?
I mean, maybe some people do,
like very, very like nihilists or very, very evil people. Could you imagine like if a nihilist was playing this game and they just feel really called out? Just what the fuck, man? How dare you? Would a nihilist feel offended by something like that? I don't know. I don't know many or any nihilists, really. If you're a nihilist in the chat, please let me know. I don't really care about any sort of reward for doing something like this because I wouldn't do something like this. Look, I'll go to the cabin and talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
Then I guess
that sounds like something I would do.
But a word of warning: if you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at least going to talk to her.
The short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
Wait,
She's
what?
a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Or are we supposed to lay them? So wait, now we have the voice of the hero?
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right, proceeding to it sounds like they're using the same voice actor for the narrator and the voice inside our head. So I wonder if either like narratively that means that they're connected somehow or not. It's just I'm gonna have to pay attention to who's talking. So I'm not paying attention. I'm just listening. I'm not gonna know who's who. Maybe.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So, a big part of me, I'd probably say about a good 90% of me as a contrarian, really wants me to just not follow anything the narrator says. Kind of like when you play like the Stanley Parable, and when he's like, you go through the door on the left, you have to go through the door on the right. It's just human nature. So, okay, so I'm not going to take the blade. We're going to go into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
God, this guy's a dick. I don't like the narrator, man.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
She sounds cute.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hi, just checking in on ya. I'm here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. Continue down the stairs. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Okay. It must be like the mic she's using or some of the filters and stuff, but this sounds like something that you'd hear from like a custom voiced follower in Skyrim. And if she's not one already, she needs to be. I'm just saying that right now. This girl needs to be a custom voiced follower for Skyrim, like for a mod and stuff like that, because god damn.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
We need more custom voiced followers in Skyrim, just in general. I like Ingo. I like Sophia. I like Recorder. I like Mirai. Don't mind me. What was her name?
You
Livia?
walk down the
Livia.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Livia.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist,
Oh, hi.
binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Why is it only on one wrist, though?
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe
Sorry,
you're here.
I didn't say that. I didn't say anything.
Waiting for something like this to happen forever.
How long
I
has she
hope
been
you brought
here?
something to deal with these chains.
My raw animal magnetism?
Don't do it.
My
Get
machismo?
out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
No, it's one step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. If you're gonna quote somebody, do it right. Hold on. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Look at those eyes. Oh my god, she's so cute. What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Fair. She doesn't know me.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
I can't blame her for that. I'm just some random dude.
Is Princess her name or her title?
Oh,
What if
shit.
it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
What the fuck? So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
I won't push anymore.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I mean, that's not really that weird though. I mean, I've had some identity issues in the past, like that, like especially when I was in the military. I went so long with the nickname, with my nickname in basic and in my unit was I was Alaska, because I was the only person in my unit that was from Alaska, and I went so long hearing that when I came home to see my family and stuff like that, they called me by my first name, and it sounded like, it took me a second to remember, like, oh shit, yeah, that's my first name, like, because I started to forget because I was so used to being called by something else. And when I started going by Laz on here and Twitch and stuff like that, like whenever I hear my real first name, like it feels awkward in a way. Like it feels like it's just like, oh wait, oh shit, right. It's weird. So I don't blame her for like it, depending on how long she's been locked down here. I mean, that's not necessarily weird. From the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? That's fair. I was sitting here to slay you. You're supposed to end the world. Wait, I'm gonna keep you locked away down here at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. Okay. Okay, I'm getting you out of here. Don't make me regret this. Okay, I would probably go if I can't believe they're keeping you down here. But what's up here? I would probably let her know, like, hey, yo, I was sent here to kill you. Because you're supposed to, apparently you're supposed to end the world. But I don't think you're actually dangerous, but I wanted to see for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe. I'm starting to think it's true. There's something about you that doesn't feel right. But I don't actually think you're dangerous.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Fair. You were thrown down here,
I
so.
don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Fair
Did
question.
they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Nope, and that's why I don't believe him. I was hoping you'd tell me no, but I'm sure they have their reasons. No, which is why I don't think... Yeah, exactly. I don't think you're actually dangerous because they didn't give me any sort of reason.
Me.
No.
Hopefully it won't be too late when you finally come around.
You're being cagey, you prick.
Thank you for believing me. Now, can you help me get out of here?
I still have a few more
There's
questions.
going to be plenty of time to chat after I'm free, but okay.
I won't kill you, but I just... Wow, dyslexia. But I just can't set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy and keep you locked away. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this.
You're only making this more difficult.
Shut the fuck up.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No, and if I was remembering right, upstairs there was just the cabin entrance, a window on the left and the right, the door in the center, a table to the right, and the blade. There was no key or anything.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
They may not have made it obvious. Probably just like, hey, check underneath the table or some
Whoever
shit.
locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I'm gonna go check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. Yeah. Sounds
Okay.
good.
I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
What?
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Yo, what the fuck? Let me out.
Is someone else here?
Yeah, let me out of here.
Shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess.
Wait a
And
minute.
you won't leave until
Wait
the
a minute.
task
Is the
done.
narrator the one that closed the door on me? Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Okay, I'll return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
Exactly.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
That you put me in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Oh,
before
shit.
raising her arm to her
Whoa,
mouth,
whoa.
her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
I mean, if you've been locked down here for a long time, I mean, if that's the point that you've reached, I don't blame you, man.
As
Shit.
she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Also, I will say, I love the fact that they're giving the idea of like 3D by having two separate layers moving independently. Like this one moves at like a slower rate and in the opposite direction of your your cursor. This one moves faster and kind of in the same vein as that, but like because they're moving separately, it gives you the feeling of depth, like for the wall back there. That's actually really
Or
clever.
You could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save her.
Fine. Against your better judgment,
Oh my god, her
you place
face.
the blade against the
Those
ragged,
huge ass
self-inflicted
eyes.
wound on
Holy
the
shit.
princess's arm,
With them big
just above
anime
the
eyes.
unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Whoa, look at our hands. What the fuck? What are we? Are we a bird?
You cut.
Are we a
into
Kenku?
Her flesh.
I don't want to be a
The blade
Kenku.
is sharp.
Oh.
And it takes little effort to crack
Dude, her
through the bone of
face.
Her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her
We need to
gaze
put a
meets
tourniquet on
yours,
that.
blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
You reach a certain point.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into
Whoa,
the world.
whoa.
No.
You
As the
can't
princess
let her
approaches
escape?
The bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No, the fuck it doesn't.
Watch me.
Wait, what? What happened? Hey, go back. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Okay.
What are you doing?
Oh, Warn.
That.
Yes, sidestep. The most powerful move in anime, the sidestep. That and pocket sand.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Yes.
Your body
Whoa!
lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Those big eyes are so endearing.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No, fuck you. Resist,
The
yes.
blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
What?
She
Oh,
plunges into
shit!
your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew.
Oh!
It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade in.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Could you imagine being stabbed and you're just sitting there like, man, this motherfucker sucks with a blade?
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it?
Ooh, they have
Stab
3
wound
layers
is still a
working
stab
here.
wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
That's so clever. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
With one last
Oh, her
thrust of the knife,
face. That's
your
so
legs give out
sad.
beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Dude, the narrative is so good.
It can't just end like this, right?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't really blame her. If it looks like we're being, like, taken over and possessed by something trying to kill, like, we warned her to get out of the way. And that was, like, a clear indication, like, hey, why would he warn me and try to stab me at the same time? Something's going on. I don't blame her for being like, shit, I gotta defend myself. I'll try to make it quick. I don't blame her for that, man. Shit.
Oh, that's rich coming from you.
Oh,
As much
her
as I prefer
face.
for things
That's
to
so
have gone
sad.
differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened.
She's so adorable.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, fuck. Wait, does that mean that it's over? Like, we have to redo the run? Wait, chapter 2. So if we
You're
die,
on
it's
a
not
path
over.
In the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Okay, no.
Oh,
No.
don't you start
Shit's fucked.
grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
Okay, so real quick, I will say I have my achievement notifications turned off for right now. I've had them turned off just because I don't like the sound. The sound always like interrupts me and pulls me out of the immersion and stuff like that. But So apparently there are 92 or 93 achievements in this game. Each one of them is for like a different ending. So there's a lot to this goddamn game. I'm probably gonna do like one run through depending on on the information I get, but we'll see. But you can play it with your controller. If you can play this for yourself, I would highly recommend it. It is worth the money so far, in my opinion.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us
Wait,
last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Voice of the smitten. We'll call him Smitty.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love.
Whoa.
And the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Okay,
We'll see
that's...
about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
I think it's a bit more than a peck on the cheek, but anyway. Okay, we just met her. We saved her. That doesn't mean that we're like star-crossed lovers. Calm down there, Smitty. I like your energy. Reel it in. Reel it in, homie. Trust me.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? It's a looping game. I don't really think that there's gonna be any sort of like existential response to that. So let's just go to the cabin. Because is she gonna be there?
Before you go any further.
What?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's
Smitty.
your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I love Smitty.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed to the cabin, I guess. Dude, I love Smitty so far. He's fucking funny.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant. Its
Whoa, wait,
walls
what?
draped in
Wait.
fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay. So for one, I have a theory as to what's going on because this is really interesting, but I'm keeping it to myself for now so I don't look stupid and I'm getting clapped in the comments. But the other thing that I'm noticing is, well, not that I'm noticing. No, I just went over that. What the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Boys, men, dudes, bros, and everything else out there. If you have feelings for a girl that you just met, don't dive in full hog like Smitty. That's the wrong thing to do. The whole love at first sight thing, yeah, guys do tend to fall for people instinctually a lot faster than, than most, but don't act on it that vehemently. Don't just throw your all into somebody that you either A, don't know, or B, they don't know you. Because all you're going to do is either hurt yourself or make them so uncomfortable that they're never going to want to see you again. And you're just going to come across as a creep. So please, for the love of God, if you like somebody, don't be a fucking creep. Be respectful. Try to get to know them, but respect their goddamn boundaries. That's all I'm going to say. If you can't respect another person's boundaries, then just go fuck off and be by yourself, because nobody needs that creepy ass energy in life. Trust me.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, yeah. What about the mirror on the wall?
Because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's tapestries, you rude fuck.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here.
Fucking Smitty.
In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Okay. Why would you lie about that? What's the point? I want to look at myself and see how handsome I am. Yes.
That's a great idea. We have to make sure we're looking our best before we save her.
Yeah, if you look like
Shouldn't
trash,
waste time
then
preening.
that could have
If he is lying
bad
about
effects.
the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Exactly. Like, why would you lie? Which makes me more curious. We're gonna approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
This really isn't funny.
I'll just cut my knuckle on something. All right, let's wipe the mirror.
You reach
What?
forward and rub your hand against the cabin
What
wall.
are we? We
I
look
hope you know how
gross.
ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Dude, I love Smitty. Okay, so we're gonna need to get her out of the chain. Unless, is she already out of the chain? I'm gonna leave the blade up here again. Because I don't want it to seem like, oh, she killed me and now I'm back.
Revealing an intricate stairwell.
Like back with a knife. It's like, oh no.
Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time.
Yo.
I can hear wedding bells already.
Okay, I fucking love Smitty. He's funny as hell. But as I said, guys, don't be like this. Don't immediately think that like just because you like a girl, she loves you as well. Just don't. That's fucking creepy. If it turns out she does, awesome. But don't just assume like, oh, she's beautiful. We're gonna get married and have children. It's like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just stop yourself, man. Don't be. I have two rules in life. Rule number 1, don't be a dick. Rule number 2, don't be a creep. Those are like my main 2 rules for like social interactions.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess.
Exactly.
We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Precisely.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and
What
lock
the fuck?
eyes with the princess.
She's wearing a different outfit.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Interesting.
My love.
Oh,
We're
God.
here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Fucking Smitty.
You know she can't hear you,
Yo.
right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my
Self-voicing enabled.
Oh, God.
Self-voicing disabled.
Why is that a feature?
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
After I killed you. I was so worried you wouldn't come back after I killed you. I was hoping you would. What?
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
She called us a hero.
Fucking Smitty.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
I love how annoyed the narrator is right now.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us.
But he was the
Because
cause.
made us
Yeah,
try and kill her,
exactly.
It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
So she can't hear the voices, yeah? She can only hear something when I choose a dialogue option. Does that mean that she's just sitting there awkwardly smiling at us as we're taking a good, like, 2 or 3 minutes to converse with ourselves?
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. We damned a whole world, but everything reset.
Okay, before I continue, he said that we damned a whole world, but for us, we went back in time. But this is not back in time, because if we're back in time, then everything would still be the same. Are they trying to do some sort of parallel world bullshit like ReZero with Subaru? Or like, because we died, or we finished the story or something like that, instead of being sent back in time, we're just, like, we're sent to like a parallel world with like similar events or something? I would be so annoyed.
Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever.
Called it.
Especially not without leaving a trail of
Fucking called it.
incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
I just got done rewatching season 2, so I like that was like the big thing right there.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Whoa, Smitty. Bro, you gotta relax, man.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never
Yes.
saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
No. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I already know why, but I figured I could probably just talk to her.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
What?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
Wouldn't you just throw the knife out the cell window?
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I didn't bring the knife to have to cut you out again.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say
She didn't
that.
care last
I'm
time.
not gonna say
Why
that.
should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
The world end after you killed
I
me.
don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
That's not the question I
Isn't that
asked.
just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
The world sucks, people are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow, painful death to them all.
I can't believe
Yo!
the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Really? Yeah?
Lucky for you, I
Douchebag.
did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
But why do I get the feeling she's just saying what the? Why do I get the feeling she's just saying that just because I asked her?
I'd point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you.
Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
But
Let
have
the
you
world
seen
burn.
her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy.
Smitty, the argument of, oh, she's pretty, she can get away with it. That's not an argument, my dude.
By destroying the world. Apparently, yes.
I love Smitty. I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
No, it wasn't.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She's getting a little
She
suspicious
took that
now.
in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect.
Fucking
Do you
Smitty.
think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
That's a good point. What if she has her own narrator?
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Oh, shut up.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Okay,
No.
we'll rescue her.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Whoa. Also, I love the emphasis he put on that. My passions contain titanic depths. That was so awesome. Yo.
You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the
shit,
princess
look,
and
it's-
gingerly slide her hand from her
Whoa.
bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
I have thoughts and
I can't
feelings, but
believe
I'll
it.
hold off for right now.
But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And you're not trying to kill me this time. Oh, that's
Princess
awesome.
jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Hey, man, I'm fine being smothered to death like this.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now? That sounds perfect.
The music changed.
The princess takes your hand. The
She's so
last
adorable.
hopes
Look at
of
her.
the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I mean, okay, so I'm a fan of the isekai genre. I gotta admit, I love the characters that are like, you know, like if they form a bond with somebody, they're like, hey man, fuck the world, let it burn. I'll do whatever it takes to keep them safe. If you guys know any anime like that, let me know. I want to watch it, man. Like people that are just like, hey, I don't care about being a good guy so long as the people I care about are safe. Like Overlord, how he's just like, yeah, no, fuck the world, let it burn, and fuck the people in it if they're gonna be dicks and invade my home, you know? Oh, I love that kind of character.
You do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy
Yo.
about this.
Yo, he's so mad. I love it.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Okay. This guy is just mad. This guy is just an angry DM that's upset that we rolled a nat 20. Go fuck yourself,
That's
narrator.
a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Dude, I love Smitty so much.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay, so I think that, like, we are the character. This is our POV, but the voice of the hero is kind of like that, like, logical, like, you know, that makes sense kind of voice in our head. So it's kind of like our conscience. And then the other voice that shows up is like another, like, perspective on the situation that we might have that's like conflicting with our rationale. So it's like we have like my mind, the voice of the hero over here, the voice Smitty's over here, and they're both trying to be like, well, this guy's like, well, this is the more logical way to do it, and he's like, no, but she's hot, so I think I've got this.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
Thud, it doesn't move.
You place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
He's so mad.
I knew it. Your
Yo.
words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one.
Yo, he's so mad.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and
The blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Dude, could you imagine getting to this point and be like, gotcha. It was just a prank, bro. What, you can have that option? Oh, no. I'm not
you're
doing
enjoying
that.
this, aren't you?
Yes.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
Yes.
I hate you.
This is awesome.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
As soon
Yes,
as
I
we
suppose
get
you
out, she
are going
kicks
to
me in the
do
dick
that,
and
aren't you?
leaves.
You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
A happy ending at last.
We did it.
Whoa.
What should we do now?
What the
Where
fuck?
did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone?
Oh, the narrator.
I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Fucking Smitty.
I'm cold.
Whoa.
Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's
Dude, this is
cold.
weird.
Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a
So
princess.
we have straight up feather. What are we? Are we a Kenku? I don't know. Ew. Oh god, Cthulhu got her with his face tentacles. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's
the
gone.
mirror.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went. I don't even know how we even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
I can't believe she was taken away from us. The nerve.
The narrator's gone. Yeah.
It is. Does that mean the world ended?
A villain vanquished.
I think we're supposed to look at the mirror.
There's
Yeah.
something dreadful about it.
I don't think you should. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right? I'm begging you, don't do this.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Okay, I see feathers of the silhouette, but I don't see any, like, defining features. We got, like, a pointy nose, it looks like. Weird. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Whoa, are those hands? We're at the cabin. Approach her. Whoa.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Wait a minute. So is she basically like a consciousness without form? Like without a body?
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person.
Now, is that because we're able to see multiple perspectives through the different runs that we're going to take?
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
So with her being a consciousness without form... Wait, hold on. Let me get more information before I say anything.
If we are talking.
Fair. Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
What?
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
You know the narrator.
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Interesting. So this area that we're in right now is like it's like an area outside of space and time? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
One.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
That's a fairly interesting perspective, because I kind of have the opposite. Like, I have lived. I've been through a lot in my life, and I went through a lot of really hard times, but it's because of that I cherish life so much. Like, you know, like knowing the fact that someday I'm not going to be here, my parents aren't going to be here, my sister, my wife, like that makes me value them so much more, because I know that someday they're not going to be here, that I'm not going to be here. And that, in my opinion, is like death, in my opinion, is what gives life meaning. It's what makes it beautiful, in my opinion. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's a very interesting perspective, but not necessarily one that I agree with. Like, I'm not afraid of death anymore like I used to be, because I know that once I'm gone, I'm probably just gone. And if that's the case, I just want to make my life here with the people I love as good as I can make it, you know? Sorry, I didn't mean to get so real there for a second there. It just that line really made me think. That really hit something in me. How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay. So these ones here, I don't think I really care about necessarily, but I think what's going on is that this here is like a consciousness outside of space and time. Basically, like the consciousness of like of a new god, essentially. Think of it that way. And what's happening is that this consciousness is tied to the princess. So every time we make a run and we complete it like we have here, that version of the princess gives this consciousness a new perspective. So I think if we give her more and more of like the good, quote unquote, like happier endings where the princess doesn't have to die, stuff like that, she's not angry and like resentful, overall, the end of the story might be better, maybe? I don't know. But, and right there, more than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. So I think that tells me that I don't need to go through all 92 endings or achievements and all that bullshit to get the end of the story. I just need to get most of them or something. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, let's forget and see what happens.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh shit! Chapter 1, they hear the princess. What? Whoa! Wait! So it just starts over?
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to...
Whoa. What? So this was a really interesting game. I think that like we can continue the save file and like we'll bring her more and more conscious, like more and more perspectives, and her consciousness will grow, and that will dictate how the end of the game goes. So we get like a bunch of like really angry and like really bad endings, like bloody and brutal. It's gonna make the consciousness worse overall, because that's the perception that it has. Those are the like points of view that it has, is just bad and negative outcomes. So I'm gonna keep trying to go for some good endings. I'll throw an occasional bad one in there just to see what happens. But yeah, no, if you guys want to see more of this, the story of this is so good. It's so well written, in my opinion. I can't wait to see more. I'm definitely gonna finish playing it on my own if y'all don't want to see it. But if you do, please let me know down in the comments. Like, just give me some sort of, any sort of indication that you want to see more. Go ahead and hit the like button if you want to see more. Subscribe if you feel like you're up to it, and just let me know what you guys want to see in the future. So, as always, this has been Lazarus. I love you all. Stay safe, and until the next video, bye!